Hey there, my people. Today, we are going to talk about adding rational numbers, okay? Remember, rational numbers on that number line include positives, include negatives, okay, include 0, include the in-betweens, okay? The in-betweens like the negative 1.5, that's 0.5, all right? Include the repeating decimals and the terminating decimals and are written as ratios. All right, let's get started. Go ahead and title this Adding Rational Numbers, and your essential question is, how does adding rational numbers compare to adding integers? Okay, big picture here with anything that you are given. If they have the same sign, you're going to take the absolute value of both numbers, add them together, and then keep the sign. Keep the sign. Okay. If they're opposites, so a negative plus a positive or a positive plus a negative, you're going to subtract the lesser, super important, absolute value. Sometimes I forget to say that when I'm talking to you. The lesser absolute value, and you're going to keep the sign. So you're going to subtract the absolute lesser value from the greater, and you're going to keep the sign. Keep the sign of the bigger, the one that's further from 0. Further from 0 is what determines which one's the bigger one. All right, let's get started with our examples. All right. The easiest way that I can think about adding fractions that are rational numbers, okay, is to just go through first our properties that we know about fractions. We first know that the denominators need to be the same in order to do any adding. So I'm going to go through and make the denominators the same. Negative 7 over 8 plus 2 over 4. Sorry, over 8. I multiplied by 2. Okay, that means now our denominator will now be 8. Goodness. Our denominator will now be 8. Okay, and our numerator will say negative 7 plus 2. Here's where that rational number adding comes into play. At the very end, after you did all of this work that I should see on your paper. Okay, which one is further from 0? Negative 7 and 2, because they're opposite signs. Which one's further from 0? Negative 7 is. Okay, so we're going to keep the answer as negative, and we're going to subtract them. What's 7 minus 2? 5. Can this be reduced? Nope, we're done. All right, 6. In order to add them, we need to change this from a mixed number to an improper fraction. We multiply here, and then we add there. Okay, 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19, so 19 over 3, and that's negative. Here's your part where we're really trying to keep track of is our signs. Plus 20 over 3. Nothing's changed. All the same stuff is going on. I haven't changed anything since you learned in elementary school. Okay, now we're going to keep going with what we know. We know the denominator is going to be 3, and the numerator has to say negative 19 plus 20. If it has this negative on the outside, I always put it with the numerator. Okay, it just makes life easier. Negative 19 and 20 are opposite signs, so take the one that's further from 0, and that's 20, so the answer is going to be positive. And what's 20 minus 19? 1. And we're done. Can we reduce it? Nope, we're good to go. 3. We need to get the same denominator first, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. And remember, there's that imaginary one under every whole number. We just don't write it. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, now I'm ready to continue working. We know our new denominator is still going to be 2, because that's how we add fractions together. Our numerator needs to say negative 4 plus negative 7. Are they the same sign? Or are they opposite signs? They're opposite. Which one is further from 0? 4 or negative 7? Negative 7 is further from 0. Okay, so our answer is going to be negative. And what's 7 minus 4? When I do the subtraction, I'm not keeping track of signs because I already got the sign. 7 minus 4 is 3, so 3 halves. 3 halves simplifies down to negative 1.5. All right, let's go ahead and look at decimals. These should be a little bit easier. since we don't have to change much of anything with decimals. Are they the same sign or are they opposites? They're opposites. Which one is further from 0? 15.3 is further from 0, so our answer is going to be positive. And now I got to do some scratch work. Okay, now I'm just going to do the bigger minus the smaller. And I'm not keeping track of signs now because I already figured it out. 13 minus 5 is 8. 4 minus 2 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. And the decimal stays in the same place, 2.8. Done. 5. Same signs or opposite signs? These are the same signs. The answer is going to be negative. We just got to add them together and keep the sign. So 8.15 plus 4.3, add that 0. Got to line them up. 5, 4, keep that decimal. 8 plus 4 is 12. Negative 12.45. 6. Okay. Same signs or opposite signs? They're opposite. Which one is further from 0? The negative is further from 0, so we're going to keep our answer negative. And now we're going to do bigger minus smaller. Negative, sorry, don't keep track of signs. 2.75 minus 0.65, lining up our decimals. 0, 1, 2. Okay. Negative 2.10 is our final answer. All right. Go ahead and work on these on your own problems. When you're ready to check your answers, go ahead and press play, and I will be here waiting. Thank you for pausing your video. I appreciate it. You should have changed this into an improper fraction by multiplying and then adding. Okay. And then you had a positive times a negative, and you should change this one to out of the denominator of 9, so multiplied by 3, okay, and then you're looking at your numerators with the denominator of 9, and your numerators, after you simplified all of that, you should get 2 7/9. 2 7/9. So I need to show your work. I need to see your work here. 2, okay. I should see this one, negative 7, be put out of 9. I should see this one changed into an improper fraction, okay? And then when you make this out of 9, you're looking at the numerators, and you're going to end up simplifying this problem as well to negative 2 4/9, and I need you to show your work. All right, 3. Same signs or opposite signs? They're opposite signs, and so you know the answer is going to be negative because negative 12.3 is further from 0, and now you're just going to subtract the one further. Okay, and you should get negative 6.9. All right, go ahead and answer your essential question. And be sure to take that checkpoint located after this video on Schoology. Have a good day, guys.